Hello, my name is Kimberly Davis. We're going to do a presentation with a few of the workers that I know. They currently reside in Mississippi, but they're working out of a nonprofit organization in Memphis, Tennessee. I had the opportunity to sit down with those members, and we discussed the different obstacles that they face post COVID pandemic, and also we shine light on the things that has occurred in their personal life, family life, as well as practice with one of the members that I had the meeting with. Um, this was a small group, and we had a chance to just go into details, and we also discussed the resources available for our patients as well as personnel within the community who were affected by COVID. All right, so hello, you guys. So first, what we're gonna do is we just gonna do an overview of COVID, the way that it has affected the world. I want to get you guys feedback as for what you feel like has occurred in you all's family, as for just the different changes, and from when COVID happened, the way that the world is running as of today. So, first, I want you all to go around and introduce yourselves, just so we can have some background, and then we're gonna also just go into, like just our conversation. It's gonna be very brief, but we just gonna do an overview. So, Mr. Morales, we're gonna start with you. Can you introduce yourself for me, please?
Hello, everyone. My name is Mr. Morales, healthcare training specialist for an organization here in Memphis. Pleasure to be here.
All right, thank you.
Hi, my name is Miss Porter. I'm a family nurse practitioner and I currently work here in the Memphis area also.
Hey, my name is Mandy. I'm a registered nurse and I work also in Memphis, Tennessee.
Hi, my name is Miss Sims. I'm an LPN and I also work here in Memphis, Tennessee.
Thank you. And I'm your presenter for today. I'm Kimberly Davis, one of our student nurses at Mississippi University for Women. All right, so just an overview. So when COVID first hit, we wasn't aware of what was going on. It kind of happened sporadically. It became a global pandemic, and we wasn't aware of where it started, how did we contract it, as well as what to do to treat the symptoms. We started noticing that our elderly as well as our children, they were dying, they were getting really, really sick, going into the hospital. It was nothing people really could do. And a lot of people started developing mental illnesses or just mental conditions related to these changes because we were just so lost and wasn't aware of what was going on. What would you say you all have noticed in your family when, just after COVID, things that lingered mentally for you all or for your families or coworkers or things like that? What did you all notice?
For me, it was kind of hard. My baby was kindergarten, so for my family, he was in kindergarten when COVID first started, and then just the transition of going back to school, entering into, I guess, what was it, like the second grade. So it was really hard, like the transition from home, being on computer, back into the classroom. I know some kids did have problems just kind of getting back into the swing of things, being in school, interacting with their friends. So it was hard. So I think that was a challenging part for the kids, having to wear masks all day, not being able to interact and play how they normally would play.
Right.
Being stationed to sit at a table with just certain people,
Right.
with those certain people, so they
Right.
can keep the numbers down. Kids contacted COVID within the school. So I think that was the hardest thing for me during that time.
Right. The social isolation also changed a lot with our children because they were so used to being so rambunctious, being outside, playing with their friends, touching things that they probably shouldn't have. So they were used to things like that, and it started to spill off into just not classroom, but at home as well. Anyone else would like to add some things that they noticed at home or personally?
Well, I would like to add that not just at home, but in general, behavioral health was horrible during this time. It was a huge peak, not only in new diagnoses, but also in general. The hospitals were at their peak as well. And in general, I would like to say that we were not really prepared for something like that. We were, to be honest, almost completely caught off guard. So looking in a retrograde fashion to that scenario, I believe that behavioral health aspect it could be of used for us to review it a little bit closer because we need to put safeguards in place. We need to make sure that we're looking into it a little closer, so that if anything, like any other pandemic comes abroad, we can focus on those on that population, especially with the already depressed or maybe the close to suicidal patients, so on and so forth. But like I said, not prepared, maybe better protocols in play or something along those lines.
Right.
But what I will say is, afterwards we can learn a lot from that, and I hope that's the case.
Good, good. All right, so Miss Potter, do you see a lot of patients who suffer from mental illnesses amid COVID?
I do see a lot of patients that are suffering from mental illnesses from COVID, and some that are extremely worse because of COVID. A lot of patients were not able to get in to get the treatment that they needed during the time of COVID, so they was pretty much left at home to medicate and self-manage themselves. The issue now that we're having currently is getting those patients back into those facilities to get treatment that they're wanting. But with COVID is affecting people the way it did with mental issues, it's an overload right now to try to get everyone in and get them accommodated, to get them the care and screening that they need.
Right, right. Did you want to add anything, Miss Sam?
Yes, ma'am. Not only, it's just different changes that took place within the pandemic, the loss of loved ones.
Right.
You have to also take into account job losses, or you know, people getting laid off due to COVID, and still having to go on your daily routines, such as going to work or taking care of your family and your loved ones when things like that take place. You
Right,
know?
right, right.
So it was just, you know, like, to piggyback off of him, you know, no one was really prepared for anything like this.
Right, right.
So I'm sure all of us can testify to some degree how it has affected us.
Right, right. I agree. I want to say thank y'all. We do have resources that are available. They're available online as well as here in the Memphis area. And they have, you know, like behavioral health specialists that can help during these times. And like I said, online, you can speak with someone just to talk about these things. So if you all have any questions or anything, please let me know. But I sure thank y'all for being a part of this conversation about the way COVID has affected each and every last one of our lives, from adults as well as to children, you know, amid COVID, our COVID pandemic. Thank you.